Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? My name is Denanu, and I'm the man with black privilege. And with this video here, we're going to be talking about Captain Marvel. Just as I was leaving out for work this morning, I had seen that they uploaded the trailer, and I was like, damn, why couldn't this be uploaded in the evening after I got off? That way I can make this video earlier. But, YouTuber problems aside, I think the trailer was pretty good. With this movie here, I know they're gonna probably go incredibly different from her comic book origins, because the movie's not called Miss Marvel. In the comic book, she was Miss Marvel since like the 70s, and then recently, within like the past few years, that's when she adopted the Captain Marvel name, and the outfit and everything you're seeing in the movie, that's all brand new for her character. So with the origin, I'm not sure what they're gonna keep, what they're gonna get rid of, because it's like her origin had one of those weird, even for a comic book, one of those weird, wacky sci-fi space origins. Basically, this Kree machine blew up, and in order to, I guess, heal her and fix her up from it, part of her DNA got mixed up with what make the Kree, and she got all of the same superpowers that Captain Marvel got, who was Jude's Law character in this movie. And let's say a lot of weird stuff aside, because right after they did that, she joined the X-Men and a few other teams, and things got weird there for a little bit. But coming out of that weirdness, they pretty much made her Miss Marvel, and she's been the one of the super strong female superheroes since, like, I don't know what, the 80s. And that's been her character and whatnot. And up until, like I said, recently, she's had her ups and downs. She's been in tons of video games and stuff, as far as some of the newer stuff, like the Ultimate Alliance games. I think she was in one of them. Nothing really has elevated her character. So they was like, okay, well, let's kill off the old Marvel, since ain't nobody really reading his stuff, and let's, give her that moniker. And that boosted her character, and they've been putting her in a bunch of newer stuff in Marvel Comics going forward, to really elevate her character to find an audience, so to speak. And I think it really did that until Civil War II, but comic book issues aside, because we're talking about the movie here, from what I'm seeing in this trailer, it looks pretty good. Nothing jumped out at me saying, oh, like, I gotta see this movie. There was no Infinity War. There was no badass superhero scene. Nothing in this movie screams at me like, oh, this is gonna be the greatest movie of the year. But this looks like a very, I want to say, kind of like off-kilter origin movie. That's what this looks like. Because it's told in like a bunch of phases. Like, she falls into a Blockbuster store. I thought that was incredibly cool, because as soon as I seen that, I was like, oh, that reminds me of the Blockbuster store that used to be around my house way back when, right after they bought out, was it Earl's Video around here? And so I'm assuming they're gonna have tons of 90s references. They bring back the pager. They show, I'm guessing, the machine blowing up, the Psych Magnetron, I think it was called. And this movie is going to be interesting to me, because, like I said, by me not knowing what they're going to do, usually most of these movies, they kind of pick a comic book story or a couple stories and they adapt them. With this one, it's like they're probably doing half that, and then they're just making up things as they go. And I'm hoping it does pretty good. I mean, I know it's Marvel. I know people are gonna probably watch it. I think the trailer online now has like 15 million some views just today. So I mean, I'm pretty sure by the time this movie comes out, the biggest question that this movie is gonna probably have to satisfy is, who the hell is Captain Marvel? That's what people are probably gonna be saying, because unless you read comic books, you have no idea who she is. You may know her by name and about how they're going to make a Marvel movie out of it, but that's about it, because she hasn't been nowhere else. I think one of her biggest claims to fame back in the day was, if you guys know Rogue from X-Men, how she can fly and got super strength, she gets all of those powers from Miss Marvel, or Captain Marvel now. She gets all of her powers from her when she holds on to her for a little bit too long and ends up absorbing her powers and her memories. But one thing that does has me interested about the movie is, by the way they're chopping up the trailer, the off-kilter part is like she has amnesia, and I wasn't expecting that. Like, I knew this was going to be a prequel movie. I figured this was going to be, you know, a movie telling about her origin, about how she was on Earth and things like that, and then the Kree-Skrull War kicks off, and Jude Law's going to be on Earth, and they have to take her into space. That's what I thought the movie was going to be about, right? But according to this here, she's falling down to Earth with amnesia. She doesn't know if she's human, apparently. So where I think they're going to probably, or what I think they're going to probably do, not where I think, let me talk like I actually have some sense here, is I think they're going to have her come to Earth, like she's been in space, you know, for an extended period of time. I don't know if maybe she's like Star-Lord, where she's missing, or let's say she was a pilot on Earth and something happened and they never found her body or whatever, but she was in space for an extended period of time, and then she crash lands back down to Earth without any memory of who she is, and she's walking around seeing everybody. She gets flashbacks of her life before whatever this incident happened, you know, before she went missing. And then it's like, oh yeah, I forgot, I came here with this mission to, you know, to try to stop the Skrulls from taking over Earth. And then, you know, after she pieces that together with Sam Jackson, she has to stop the Skrulls from invading or doing something, stopping the Kree-Skrull War from getting to Earth, like it did in the comic books, and just wrecked a whole lot of shit. So that's where I think they're gonna go with that. The only real problem I see is that it may be convoluted. You know, I'm hoping it's not too much to tell in one particular story, because I'm guessing it's going to be 2 hours, just like any other Marvel movie, and that's a lot to be an origin movie. Established a bad guy, established these two other alien races. Well, one alien race that they never really jumped into. They never showed the Skrulls yet, as far as other Marvel material. But the Kree have been dabbled in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and things like that, so they kind of explain who they are. You know, they don't really have to have a real big explanation for them, but I'm assuming they have to reestablish all of that for the movie-going audience, because, you know, they have no idea who the Kree or the Skrull are. That may be a whole lot for one movie to handle, because you gotta tell her backstory, her flashbacks, her origin, who these two other alien races are, who's this Kree star team that she's with. You have to explain Marvel. You have to explain all of that, and have a bad guy in a plot of taking over the world or trying to wipe out Earth. Getting caught in this interstellar war. They have to explain all of that, and in 2 hours, that's where it's like, I'm like, that's a lot to be throwing at somebody. That's a lot to be, throwing in one specific movie. But I mean, I look at it like this way. Marvel got the credibility now. They can do anything they want. They can come out with probably a Marvel Studios porno movie and have millions of people go out there and see it, to be honest. So I'm pretty sure the movie's not going to be the greatest thing in the world. I don't know if this is going to eclipse any of their top movies. I know it's not going to be Infinity War. Maybe won't be Black Panther, but I mean, Captain Marvel does have a lot of hype behind her, based on the interviews and people who follow the internet side of the MCU. They've been announcing and hinting at her for a long time. A lot of people know who she is now, based on the previous comic book runs. So she does have a lot of hype, and I think they announced that she's going to be the strongest hero in the MCU. So a lot of people are like, oh, they want to see how powerful she is, and how big is she? How big is her character going to be? Even when it comes to other characters like the Incredible Hulk and things like that. So she does have a lot of hype to go into this movie, and it looks like the graphics are on point. So if they can tell just a basic, somewhat decent story, I think this will be a really big win for them. And then you got the next Infinity War coming after that, and I don't know how. Speaking of Infinity War, I've been seeing a lot of comments on a lot of trailers for this, and of people talking about, oh, Thanos better watch out now. Oh, Thanos is quaking in his boots. I'm like, Captain Marvel is not on that Thanos level, but okay, if you moviegoers want to think that, you know, like to hit up Thanos, you better be like Galactus or somebody, and even Galactus got messed up by Thanos a couple times. So, I mean, she's not the end all be all when it comes to heroic calibers, when it comes to Marvel's, superhero characters, but. I guess people who just watch the movies don't know that. I mean, hell, if they decide to put Sentry in one of these movies, I think in some terms he may be stronger than she is, because I think the only thing that really made her super duper powerful was, I think, when they made her binary for a short period of time, and then she was like a low rent Phoenix, essentially. Then she was doing some reality manipulation and stuff like that. So yeah, I can say she was, she could be Thanos if she was binary. But I doubt they're going to go into that with this version of the MCU character. Maybe down the road they may touch on that. But this looks like just the basic, Captain Marvel that we've been seeing, in the more recent runs. Because they took away her binary powers years ago in the comics. So anyway, let me stop talking about this trailer because it's been like 10 minutes. But damn good. Also, one last thing. Samuel L. Jackson, younger face, looks damn good. It looks a little bit off though, like the scene when he was in the car, his nose kind of looks like it's like half chopped off and super short. I don't know if that's because of the angle, or because of the CG, but it looks a little bit off to me. But the scene when they first show him and he takes off his glasses, I thought that was damn good. I'm hoping he's gonna be in the movie throughout, to be honest. Because usually whenever they do that face tech, like when they did Ego, and I think when they used it, well, I can't say in Avengers, that doesn't, in Civil War, that doesn't count because he was in throughout the movie, but when they used it for Ego in Guardians 2, he was only in like 2 or 3 scenes, because that probably requires a lot of work, a lot of money and effort to do that. So I would assume Samuel L. Jackson is going to be in like maybe 2 or 3 scenes, maybe like half the movie. He's not going to be like, this isn't going to be like a buddy cop movie where you see him and Carol Danvers, throughout the whole entire movie. I just don't see that. I really don't. But, I mean, if anybody got the money to do something like that, it would be Marvel and Disney. So, I mean, hey, maybe, what do I know? Maybe they might say, fuck it, it's Samuel L. Jackson, let's get this badass motherfucker in our movie. But it is what it is, fellas. My name is the Nanu, the man with the most biggest and the most blackest privilege on YouTube. And I will see you guys in the next one.